for a while. We now have Norway versus Holland. Dolmasiewicz is in red, Zaworski is in blue, Gunnestad in white, and Kylingstad in yellow. And from the outside, Gunnestad comes across to drive round the outside, take up formation with Kylingstad, his teammate. But the man in red, Richard Dolmasiewicz, has shown himself to be willing to try for all 4 laps. And he's going to have a go here in Heat 12 against the Norwegians. Trying desperately to seek some sort of way between. Now this is what team riding is meant to do, you see. Stop the man in 3rd place finding anywhere to go. White is Gunnestad, yellow is Kylingstad. The man we heard at the start of the programme saying he hoped that Norway could get on the rostrum. Well, they started disastrously, but they are now looking at a second successive 5-1. So maybe it's not a forlorn hope. What's the Dolmasiewicz? Oh, I thought he was through there, and so did the crowd. What can he do? Not a lot as the flags fly. What a shame for the home crowd. I thought Dolmasiewicz was going to split the Norwegians, but he didn't. 5-1. Right, Heat 13. Germany versus Italy. Bulanetto on the inside. Gets pushed out by Castagna in white. In yellow, coming around the outside, it's Lausch. Bulanetto in red is 3rd. Sorry, Castagna's in blue, isn't he? Yellow is Lausch. And his teammate on the inside in white is Reith. The Germans are at the front. The Italians in 3rd and 4th. The Germans, who are in 3rd place after the opening 2 rides, look like they're going to 5-1 this heat. Comfortably. 12 is Lausch, 11 is Rees. And indeed the Germans do have this nicely stitched up. Will do their hopes of a rostrum no harm whatsoever. Heat 13, 5-1 to Germany, takes them on to 13 points. Heat 14, Czechoslovakia versus Sweden. Well in red. Taysarch in blue versus Jonsson, and Nielsen is in yellow. Nielsen in yellow, but round the outside goes Bovrel. Has he got him? Whoa, what a move. What a brave man this is. Jonsson in white. Takes up the chase, does he? He's going to leave it to Nielsen in yellow. But this will undo the damage. As far as Denmark are concerned, if Bovrel, the Czech, can put it over on the Swedes. In red, Bovrel. Woo! Bohumil Brel, to give him his full name, looks like he has this heat won from the Swedes, from the team that are leading the World Pairs Championship at the moment. Chasing in white is Per Jonsson, the individual world champion, the reigning world champion. And Nielsen, Jimmy Nielsen is in 3rd. Taysarch, Sultan Taysarch is tailed off in blue at the back. Woo! But so, as that alters the picture, 18 all now at the top of the championship. 18 points each for Denmark and Sweden. Well, after 4 rides, and in 3rd, it's equal between Norway and Denmark. Join us again in a moment. Heat 15, Denmark versus Norway. Nielsen in red, Pedersen in blue. It looks like Kylingstad in yellow has got the drop. But round the outside we did have, Pedersen goes to the front. That's Jan O. Pedersen, looks back and he does not see his teammate in 2nd. He sees the Norwegian, Einar Kylingstad. Nielsen, the other Dane, in red, goes round the outside, gets the drive in the deep dirt, and we're back to normal. We're back to normal. The Danes are first and second. This is just what they need. This will take them back into the lead, because the next time the Danes come out, in heat 18, they meet the Swedes. And that will look, won't it, like a championship decider. Let's assume that the Danes get 5 points here in heat 15. They will go to 23 points. The Swedes are on 18. And the Swedes are out in the last heat. So it is 5-1 to Denmark. 23 points they get. We're missing heat 16, which was a 4-2 to Germany over Poland. We're into heat 17, Italy versus Czechoslovakia. There's a tight first bend. In white it's Bobrel, in blue it's Castagna. Castagna in blue gets it after they've sorted out. Matusek is out in yellow again, the Czech reserve, and Vesperini, the Italian reserve, is wearing red. At the back of the field at the moment. So at the moment it's a 3-all. We're standing 3-all in the heat 17 between Italy and Czechoslovakia. But we really must be looking forward to the next heat, heat 18, which will bring the leading two teams, Denmark and Sweden, to the track. It's going to be a win for Castagna by the look of it. There he is. And we heard from him at the start of the programme. Didn't think that Italy could win the title. He reckoned they could pull off a few good races, and this looks like a good one. Armando Castagna wins heat 17, I beg your pardon. The Czechs follow him home. 3-all. Now, heat 18. In red, Jonsson. In blue, Gustafsson. In white, Nielsen. In yellow and black, Jan O. Pedersen. And Nielsen and Pedersen hit the front in white and yellow and black. Now, can they hold? Can they hold the Swedes? They're pulling away out of the first bend. They got the drive beautifully there. They really picked up any drive there was. Blasted down the back straight for the first time. Jan O looks over his shoulder. And he knows where Hans Nielsen is. This is a fast heat. The only people to get under 70 seconds for heat time so far have been the Danes. They've done it twice, and I wouldn't bet against them doing it again. Yellow and black, Pedersen. White is Nielsen. In blue, it's Henrik Gustafsson chasing. But these two are team riding absolutely superbly. They have an impeccable understanding of what the other is going to do in the corners, where they're going to position themselves on the track, how much drive they're going to get. But Nielsen is under pressure. Nielsen is under pressure from Gustafsson, the Swede, in the blue helmet colour. Yellow and black, Jan O. Pedersen, he leads. And this is Denmark's last ride. 28 points they go to. They cannot be caught. That is the title. That is the title to Denmark. The Swedes drop back to 19 points. They'll have to wait until their final race against the Germans to decide the other rostrum positions as we go to heat 19, Czechoslovakia versus Poland. Dormisiewicz in red, Zawuski in blue, Brel in white, and Matusek in yellow. And it's Brel in white who hits the front for Czechoslovakia, and Matusek cut right in on Zawuski. Dear, the Czechs are not afraid of dishing it out in the first corner, are they? Oh dear, the Pole Zawuski in blue really had a hairy corner there. And he's effectively blocked his teammate Dormisiewicz in red. And the Czechs are shaping up for a 5-1 that'll take them on to 18 points as they finish their rides. So the Danes have finished their rides on 28 points. They have won. It's a bit more interesting, the second place, because we have the Swedes on 19 at the moment and the Germans on 17, and they meet in the last heat. Next out after this heat, in heat 20, we have the Norwegians, who after an appalling start are up to 16 points and could also therefore have a say in who steps on the rostrum. Certainly third place would appear to be between Norway and Germany. Over the Czechs, 5-1 to go to a final total of 18 points. Here's heat 20. Gunnestad in red and Keilingstad in blue for Norway. White is Furlanetto, yellow is Castagna for Italy. Norwegians hit the front. Now what can Castagna do in yellow? That's Castagna in third place, shaping up to challenge the Scandinavians in front of him. The Norwegians are going to need to team ride every bit as well as the Danes to keep Armando Castagna out. And they're showing every sign of doing it, aren't they? Now, if the Norwegians can hold on to these 5 points for this heat 20, they'll go to 21 points. That'll be their total for the meeting. Red Gunnestad, blue Keilingstad, and yellow and black in third place, the Italian Armando Castagna, forlornly trying to find his way past the team riders. You see that graphic overhead shot, there's nowhere for the Italian to challenge. The Norwegians are placed on the track perfectly. There really is no way through. Good team riding. Castagna's trying an outside line, looking for drive out in the dirt. He can't get it. 5-1 to Norway. They go to 21 points. The top of the rostrum already belongs to the Danes. Now, the last heat. Riss for Germany in red. Lausch in blue. Nielsen is in for the Swedes in white. Gustafsson in yellow. The Swedes on 19 points at the moment. So they need to score. They need to score well to get second. Indeed, they need to score to get third. And they go to the front. In yellow, it's Henrik Gustafsson. Per Jonsson in white. The Germans must have been entertaining hopes of a rostrum, but I think this is done for it, quite honestly. It looks as if the Norwegians on their 21 points will get third place. The Czechs have already finished on 18. If the Germans just get 1 point from this heat, and that's what it looks like. You can see that man in red, Gerd Ries, in third place. He'd score 1 point, take the Germans to 18, which is effectively joint fourth place with the Czechs. It looks like a 5-1 to Sweden, which will give them second place with 24 points. So they've been beaten by Bo Bremel of Czechoslovakia, and they've been 5-1'd by the Danes. But that's quite good enough for second place in the World Pairs Championship. Second place goes to Sweden. Third place goes to the Norwegians on 21 points. So we're going to be looking at an all-Scandinavian rostrum. Denmark 28 points, they win the World Pairs. Sweden 24 points, Norway 19, Germany and Czechoslovakia both have 18 points, Italy have 10, and the poor old Poles at home are the wooden spoon men with just the 9 points. But for the 7th year running now, the Danes are the World Speedway Pairs champions. Sweden a second, Norway a third. It is indeed an all-Scandinavian rostrum as Hans Nielsen gets yet another World Championship. It's goodbye from me, Julian Ryder, and from the World Speedway Pairs Championship in Poznan. I hope you've enjoyed Eurosport's coverage of this World Speedway meeting. We'll be bringing you both the individual final and the team final in the next couple of weeks. Join us again for more Speedway on Eurosport. Good evening.